go. Gotta move you guys around a little bit. Ooh, I knew I forgot something. Look at that. See, I'm trying all this new stuff that I have to do. There we go. And look at that. You guys ended up right. It's perfect. What's up, everybody?
Ahoy, everyone.
Drew,
What's up, guys?
you feeling all right? You're a little overly stoic today. You're not animated like normal.
I've had a headache for like the last 2 days, so I'm a little bit.
No.
You know, you should go to a doctor and figure that out.
You're probably not wrong.
All right. So we're doing this is the last show of round one. We started round two yesterday. There was a little snafu in the original scheduled date for this show, so we had to reschedule. So we are doing it today. So this is actually going to be the last one of round one and the last Thursday. So with that said, let's do the introductions. Neil, go ahead, start with you. I know you're not typically a whiskey person. You are a rum person, which I applaud you coming into this and expanding your spirit palette, we'll say.
Yeah, thank you so much. So yes, I do typically enjoy more of a rum girl, but I have been enjoying a little bit more of bourbons. Thank you to my friends and also my husband. He's a big bourbon person, and also we've been really dabbling into Scottish whiskeys because we are going to Scotland in October and super excited for that. So I'm your rum girl. Thanks for inviting me. I obviously love joining new communities, especially when it comes to liquor, because it's so easy to chat and just have a great experience while sharing these amazing spirits, right? So
Absolutely.
just super happy to be here.
Very good. And Drew, who are you? What are you?
I don't know. I ask myself that every day.
Your logo here says ested in 2024.
Yeah. So
what's your whiskey history, basically? How long you been in it? Not necessarily full on getting what you got behind you, but just into drinking whiskey.
I mean, I've always liked whiskey. I mean, even when I was like younger, like, you know, when you weren't supposed to drink, you know, whiskey my dad always drank Jack, Makers, Buffalo Trace. Like that was the stuff I grew up on. Okay. And then it was last year around my birthday, my buddy got me the 2-pack. It was like a Weller Special Reserve and a Sazerac single barrel. Shout out to LA Purefoy. And then he was just like, here, try it. And tried like a couple different bottles. I was like, dang, this is what whiskey's like. And then I just kind of went down the rabbit hole, went down the Tater rabbit hole for a little bit, and then met up with a bunch of people on Instagram. I started it back in February, not really knowing what I was going to get into, and met up with a bunch of you guys, and now I spend most of my money on Lost Lantern, thanks to you.
I'll take the blame on that. I'm happy to take it. So with all of that, sounds all good. You guys should have samples open in the glass. Why don't you go ahead and get started on? And while you're sniffing and tasting, I'm going to go through a little roll call. If you guys wish, any kind of little tasting notes you guys get, the chat loves to hear them. Banter back and forth, absolutely perfectly allowable and encouraged.
Smells like germ overhydrated after he drank a bunch of whiskey.
That's what I was about to say. I was like in the chat, we were talking about like, man, the first one, Drew said the color is really unique. And I said, well, who knows? It might be germs pee in here. Who knows?
I didn't pee in any of them. I'm not.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying.
But as usual, we got Smoked by Ash Joe here at little afternoon, 12:30.
What's up, Joe?
Whiskey Addict Mike in the house. Spicy Strawberry said she has to work tonight, but best of luck to you, Drew. So
thanks, Spice.
Patty is here. Brian is here with the Bourbon with Friends.
Man, this is yeasty, huh?
Patty's neighbor, Caesar.
Oh, Patty.
Cheering Drew on.
Gotta love the neighbor.
Jason Coates in the house. Thanks, Jason. Nia, I'm assuming this is coming over from you.
Yeah,
This is,
that's Sean. Thanks,
Panabaker.
Sean.
Thanks for coming in, Sean. Another one from Nia here, Felipe.
Yeah, that's my
joining.
husband. Thanks.
Oh, that's your husband? Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Megan also joining us. Thank you, Megan.
Yeah, thanks, Megan. She got me into single malt American whiskey, so there's my addiction. So did Andre, that is tuning in now too. So
Perfect. Andre, thank you for coming in.
Those are my bourbon whiskey friends.
Good job, guys. I applaud you for that. Even though I like rum too. Rum is good. Rum is very, very good. Carlos joined us. Thank you, Carlos. Marshall's in the house. He's rooting me on. And secondary.
He's got a root for her. He's a rum drinker.
That's right. That's right.
Thanks, Marshall.
Whiskey Deek in the house.
Oh yeah, if you have misophonia, tune out because I'm gonna do a lot of chewing on these samples, guys. I'm not used to all these flavors, so
it's all good. Chew away. Single Malt Frontier, Doug, how you doing? Thanks for joining.
It's got a great nose on it, though.
Yeah,
I like this one a lot. My tasting notes are few and far between. No vanilla or caramel in this one.
And I am I got a comment later here. I am drinking samples that I received from Nia.
Ooh.
So I'm drinking some agricole rum tonight. So this is how do you pronounce it, Nia? DePaz?
DePaz, yeah.
DePaz. Okay. So it's a Martinique rum. So it's an agricole rum from Martinique. I haven't had an agricole yet that I'm aware of. Anyways, I definitely haven't bought one. Marshall may have gave me a pour one or two before, but I don't recall them.
Did you make those labels yourself, or those are actual sample bottles?
When I went to Martinique, they sold those little bottles.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But actually, pretty damn nice. It's not my normal go-to for rum.
I'm not as fancy as Germ. See, he has these nice little labels.
Oh, you got the new labels?
You got the new glasses.
New one. Oh my! Mine's drawn with permanent marker.
That is actually paint marker.
Oh, paint marker. I'm sorry.
Paint marker. And I went and bought a red, white, and blue paint marker for that reason, so I could have,
I love it though.
I thought that what you got was better than the blue tape.
I'm keeping it for the second iteration of the label.
There you go.
Because I didn't do it last time. I didn't know you then.
Megan says these Martinique agricoles are interesting. They are interesting.
Yeah, we do a lot of bottle sharing at their house. So I usually bring the rum and they'll share the whiskeys, which is awesome.
That's a really good relationship.
Yeah.
The chalk marker. I don't know where the chalk marker is at. This XO is definitely much better than the lighter colored label one.
I don't have a printer, so I wasn't able to print out those sheets. So I have a nice little handy dandy notebook.
All good, Drew. No worries.
So I see on your logo you smoke cigars too.
Every once, not as much as I was before I had the logo made, but I do when I get a chance.
That's awesome. I partake of cigars too. Such a great combo with the whiskey and the cigars, or the rum and the cigars.
Thank you for clarifying, Marshall. I didn't think so, but I wasn't 100% certain. There you go, Drew. Here's
Yeah.
your script pad.
Damn, I knew I forgot. All we do is print out our scripts, our like paper scripts now. We don't even write on them.
Well, you are definitely in the right place, Carlos. If your latest obsession is American single malt, there's a few people here that can
Definitely point you in the
relate
right
to that.
Definitely point you in the right direction. Jerem has not steered me wrong yet on any bottle of whiskey.
And since somebody brought it up, American single malt, as of yesterday, is an official category. The actual ruling will take place and be put into effect on January 19th, but the ratification day was yesterday, so the rules are in place. Finalization will happen on the 19th of January.
That's super exciting. I saw that too. That's amazing.
Yes.
And that's why I think you will enjoy rum agricole so much, because if they're an AOC rum agricole, it's like bourbons and things that are very strict. Rum agricole is very strict with what is considered rum agricole, to the point that it can only be, it has to be made, distilled, and bottled in Martinique with no additives.
Okay.
And only from sugarcane juice too.
Right. Okay.
Well, that's good that it doesn't have that. It's strict, like no additives, because I know a lot of other places they add coloring or something like that to make it look aged.
Yeah.
Sure. Donald Rance joining us. Good evening, Donald. Thanks for coming in.
Also, shout out to our first meetup with Wisconsin Whiskey Festival.
Ah, look at that. Perfect.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't make you spend more. I just make the suggestion and you decide that you want to do it.
Why do you think I like text you about those Lost Lanterns up in Boston? Because like I'm gonna spend the money to buy them.
All right, you guys.
Bourbon with Friends is saying AOC like the person. No, it's just it's a designation that certain rums from Martinique have. AOC, it's a French word basically designating the place that the rum is made. Or for example, you'll also see AOC on like cognac bottles or champagne. So it's just like a designation for a specific region where something is made.
Doug, now to be fair, I've never said that to anybody. I've thought it. I've never made it. It's never made it out of my mouth.
Bull crap! You do that to me all the time.
Not to change the subject, but Felipe says, "Give us some notes on these."
What
are you getting? What kind of
I mean,
notes are you getting?
The same thing I always get on all single malts is just grape.
Grape.
I always get. I don't know why. Every single one I get grape on. I don't know why. I don't. But it doesn't. It definitely doesn't taste like as. It doesn't like it looks young, but it doesn't taste it.
Yeah.
Jason was at the Rum Jam.
That's all I can really give you. I'm not the best at throwing notes out there.
And honestly, the nose thing, it's very personal. Like to me, this smells like fresh made bread. Like a lot of yeastiness, but there's a light floral in there too, a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like when I put my nose in this, it was like, whoa, yeast, full blown yeast. Oh, Donald gave us the exact. I didn't want to sound stuffy, but it is appellation de. It's like a French word for AOC. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Donald.
All right.
For those of you who don't know Donald, Donald is my guru on most everything spirits related. He also speaks, I know he speaks French pretty well, very well. He may have one or two other languages. So pronunciations, a lot of times if I'm struggling with a pronunciation and finding it online somewhere, he would be the guy to point me in the right direction. He is
Nice,
a wealth
Donald.
of knowledge and a wonderful human being.
That's awesome. If you ever want to practice your French, I need to practice mine too.
I'm not going to even try to speak French, but if I got to say something
I'm
that's
half-
in French.
Oh, with Donald. I was inviting him to be my friend.
You'll never learn French. All right, I'm ready as I can ever be.
Drew's
Yeah,
going to
me
be
too.
ready. Nia's ready.
Me too.
Cool. All right, Nia, ladies first. We're going to start with you.
Oh shoot. Okay. I said single malt.
Okay.
I did proof of 101.
Okay.
And casking I did used.
Okay.
For the specific category, I did American single malt. And for the specific proof, I did 103.4.
Perfect.
And then the specific casking, I did American oak.
Okay. Age guess, write it down, but don't tell me. Do you have a
Yep.
distillery and bottle in mind?
No, sir. That is way beyond my capacity.
Would you like to just throw a dart at the wall there?
No, not even.
Perfect. And Drew, run them down. Generic category.
Generic single malt,
Generic ABV or proof.
55%. Category or casking, I said used.
Okay.
Specific, I'm gonna go with Scottish single malt.
Okay.
Specific ABV and proof, 56.3%. Casking, I said ex bourbon. Distillery, I do not have, but my brain is saying SMWS like the young and sprightly.
Okay, so we're gonna skip a distillery, but you're gonna go with an SMWS bottle.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. All right. Good guesses, guys. Good stuff all the way through.
All right.
All right.
Throw this over here. Got a little sample for me to save for later because that was really good.
Smart man. And you guys can get.
And I feel so ill prepared this time because last time I don't know if you saw, but I prepped. I at least tried a whiskey of every single different category. This stuck on Scottish whiskeys, and that's where my training stopped. So I'm like, well, we're just gonna have some fun, guys. It's okay.
Perfect. Hey, a little bit of training is better than none. A little bit of practice, you know, it's better than none. Travis joined the house. Thanks, Travis.
Ooh,
Nice to see him.
This smells really fragrant, very like an elevated whiskey. This is a beautiful nose. It's very perfumey.
Stacy joined us. Nice to see you, Stacy. Thank you.
Just wait till it hits the palate.
Oh shoot! It's hot.
Yeah,
No, not.
so much time on my hands that, you know, I run out of time.
I wouldn't say it's hot. There's something on the palate that misses on the nose.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of like stone fruit sweetness. Oh, hey, Johnny.
Hey, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Yes, it is only whiskey.
Man, this is nice. This is really nice, Germ.
I'm glad you like it.
Spoiling us, spoiling us. Then I have to go hunting for bourbon as well, or like some rare whiskey after this.
Yeah. Yeah. If you ask a couple of these guys, I do that to them too.
All the freaking time.
Oh man, that's really good. Can I go get one? No, it was like gone a couple years ago. What?
Every time. Germ, I swear to God, if this is what I think it is, I'm going to be mad at you.
In particular, to make some of those videos. Oh yeah. Most of the inspiration of it comes while I'm doing the show. It's like, oh, it would be really cool if I had this, and then I try to do it, and then I get frustrated doing it. So then, yeah. Like I don't like them now. Like they're better than nothing, but I want to change them, and I have 2 weeks off now after tonight, and I'm hoping to get a couple little changes made in some of these things.
Oh, by the way, I do have to, since I'm assuming a lot of people tuned in, apologize to Germ because I did have to push this back for a little bit because I unfortunately lost my samples. I'm still, guys, I'm in the most sad situation ever. All my rum is in container boxes. So when I have to go trying or searching for anything, I have to go through thousands of boxes. So I'm still dealing with that. And so, but thank you so much, Joe, for accommodating. This has been so amazing to be a part of this again.
Jason with some words of wisdom here. Nothing is more expensive than a free sample. That is very, very true.
Yeah, it like opens the door to other things, right?
Mm-hmm. Marshall wants to do a very similar thing to this with rum instead of whiskey, and he's gonna chop it down a little bit. He's gonna have 8 spots in round 1, so it makes it a little bit more feasible and a little bit less time consuming. So that is definitely going to be cool. I will try to join that one so I can be a sacrificial lamb, so to speak, for you guys.
Hey, I'm your sacrificial lamb. It's payback basically.
Okay, I'll accept it. I mean, I love rum, and if Marshall's going to be sending me 3 different rums, I'm in. I mean, not that he hasn't sent me a few rums already, but yes, Doug, I understood. And there's the first Malort comment of the evening.
Oh, Jeremy, if this
So
is what
good.
it is.
Shh, don't let out my secret, Doug. Jeez. Joe joined us. Nice to see you, Joe. Thanks for popping in.
And I'm going to do what I agreed with Marshall from the beginning, which is I'm going to write down the first thing that comes to my head and leave it there. No changing.
Jeremy, you dirty dog.
I have been accused of that several times.
Cardio's involved. He's gonna. I mean, Marshall's definitely gonna put like Parrot Bay in the sample lineup for sure.
I can
What
assure
is that?
you that I can assure you that will not happen. And now I'm pouring a sample from my friend Drew here. This is Crittenden's, as I affectionately called it originally, Dew, but
Dude.
double oak,
Which proof?
the 119.5.
Okay, that's the first one I bought. That's the 5-month double oak.
Wait a minute, this is 5 months old.
5-month
It
double
went in
oak.
the it went in the second barrel for 5 months.
5 months, yeah.
Okay. How old is it originally? Do you know?
4 years.
Okay.
It's that bottle right. Oh, right. Oh God, I can't do it. It's that one. The one right next to the Russells.
Okay. Perfect. Crittenden's, for those of you that don't know, is that Mississippi?
Yeah, Kiln, Mississippi.
Yeah. So it's a small distillery out of Mississippi doing some really cool stuff. I've sampled a couple of these. Drew sent me a whole bunch of them. I have sampled a few of them, and I'm pretty impressed with them. I'm enjoying them a lot.
They finish really well.
Yeah. And it is, I know you had said something about being similar to the Mississippi Memory or the Rich Grain.
Family Reserve.
I agree. There's a thread that's similar for sure.
So there's like that one little note in the middle of both that like I'm like, holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm ready on this one whenever she is. This one.
I am.
Nia's ready. Drew's ready. All right. I totally spaced out on what I was supposed to do there. Okay, so Drew, we're going to start with you.
All right, so I'm going to call this one a bourbon. Generic proof, 58%. Casking, new. Specific category, straight bourbon. Specific ABV and proof, I'm going to stick to my 58%. Specific casting, new oak. Keep that to myself.
Yes,
Bottle and distillery. Martin's going to love this. The Detling Fireman Pick.
Okay. And Nia, what do you got?
For generic category, I got bourbon as well. The ABV, the generic ABV, I did 56. For casking, I did new and used. For the specific category, I did a finished bourbon. For the exact proof, I did 103.1.
103.1.
Yes. And then for the specific casking, I did, since it's bourbon, I did American, and then I think it's finished in port.
Okay.
And I'm going to guess the distillery. Like, wild guess, guys. This is like Russian roulette, right? I did Turkey Trace. I don't know.
Okay, so what was the distillery? I'm sorry.
Turkey Trace. Is that a distillery? Sorry, I'm getting notes of when I've tasted Turkey Trace, and I'm like, I wonder if they have an aged in port, because I know I recently tried an aged in Caribbean cask, so I'm assuming they finish in port too.
Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey. That's what it is. Oh, I combined Buffalo Trace and Wild Turkey.
All
yeah.
right.
I didn't want to say anything. I was like,
we'll get there.
You should have said it, Drew. It's okay.
We'll get there.
I'm a rum girl. It's okay. I'm here to learn. This is all new for me.
it's just fun. I'm not making fun of you. It's just funny.
No, I know. That's why I was like, you should have just said it. If I made a mistake, it's okay. I did write down the distillery that you gave because I thought it was really interesting.
We should start our own distillery in Wisconsin and call it Turkey Trace.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
To say F you to all the taters.
Yeah, until the cease and desist comes, right?
we can name each release a specific type of potato. So like baby red,
Idaho,
russet.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
yeah, that could be really fun, actually.
The russet rye.
There you go.
Ooh.
All right, guys, go ahead. Get into sample number 3. I'm going to do a real quick catch up on some of the comments here.
Patricia, you and I need to become new besties because those rums that you're putting in the chat, if you're a whiskey gal, I need to share some rum with you.
She's stabbing Martin or Marshall. I can't even believe I did that.
I'm still waiting for Marshall to send me my rum sample pack.
She's stabbing Marshall in the back and twisting.
Oh,
the knife
that's what it is.
That's what she's doing. Yeah,
I get it.
I can only assume it's Captain Morgan and Parrot Bay and
yes, yeah. Okay, so she's doing it on purpose. Okay,
yes.
Patricia.
Drums and Rums. Thank you for joining. No worries on being late.
Dirty.
All good. You didn't miss anything super important at the moment.
Ooh. I think Jerem's gonna convert me. Oh, I gotta.
Ooh, Adrian Shine.
I gotta reset my palate on this one.
So Jason's going along with your turkey trace. There's a bunch of 15-year-old bourbon on the market right now that Buffalo Trace distilled for wild turkey. That's an interesting thing. So
thanks, Jason. I guess I'm gonna have to go buy that bottle and be like, hey guys, I was right. There is a turkey trace.
And our friend Adrian has joined. Hi, Adrian. Thank you for coming in.
Hi, Adrian.
Hi, Adrian. Love supporting my whiskey gals.
And Patty answered you by saying she is getting into rums a little bit more, like the Hampton Pagos she really likes.
Wow, Patricia.
That is a
home run. Home run with that.
That is a home run.
I need that bottle. And that's because of FOMO only. I haven't tried it, but FOMO only.
All right. While you guys are tasting that, I'm going to drop the couple little ads I got to do here. So here we go. Everybody loves a good dick pic. But yes,
home of germs, dick pics.
Yes, that's right. But seriously, guys, Richard's Liquors, I know they don't ship. I know Wisconsin's far away from a lot of you. But if you ever do travel into the state, Richard's is pretty equally distant from a lot of places that you would be traveling to, i.e. Green Bay, Madison area, Wisconsin Dells. It is not far from any of those. Please, your trip to Wisconsin is not complete without a stop at Richard's. It is a fantastic liquor store. They do fantastic things. Speaking of which, all their fantastic stuff that they do, one of the best things that I think they do, he has the BTAC lineup or partial BTAC lineup that he gets, and he saves it every year for this time of year. It is a $5 per ticket entry into it to get a right to purchase it. All the $5 entries that come in get tallied up or added up and sent to the Boys and Girls Club of his county. He ran it from I don't remember the start date, but he finished it today. In his store, he raised $5,900 for the Boys and Girls Club. And there is a kind of like a person or a partner with that doubled the amount. So almost $11,000 went to the Boys and Girls Club for a chance to buy 4 bottles of the BTAC lineup. And there is nothing more fantastic than that. So I hope when you guys do come into state, you get a chance to make it over there.
I've supported Richards already.
I like it. And a big thank you to our friends over at 10th Mountain Whiskey. 10th Mountain Whiskey making rye, bourbon, American single malt, brandy, cordials, moonshine, potato vodka. Available in person at the distillery in Vail, Colorado, another travel destination, or 10thwhiskey.com. Shipping to 41 states, distribution to 28 states and growing. If you walk into your local retailer and it is not there, please ask them about it because it may be able to be there soon. 10th Mountain Whiskey, 10thwhiskey.com. Check them out, guys. And last but not least, our friends over at Bourbon with Friends, which I have all of them in the chat currently. I'm happy to see that. BWF podcast available on every platform that you can listen to podcasts on, plus YouTube. Thank you to Joe, their editor. Join Brian, Martin, and Adrian as they chat with a bunch of amazing guests about all things spirits and whiskey related and how a bourbon with friends can change the world.
Great podcast.
It's pretty okay.
Jeremy, this one's throwing me for a loop.
Good. That's my goal. Is my goal, sir. But, Drew, to be honest, who knows? Maybe it isn't throwing you for a loop because you haven't made your guesses yet. So once you make your guesses, you might find out you were actually spot on.
Great point.
No, it's fun. It's funny. I wish sometimes I wish I would have done it sooner with like Adam, Nora, or Whiskey Shaman, and then after they say their answers, I'll be like, same.
Just ditto.
Same as them.
Are you in Louisiana, Drew?
I'm from there. I currently live in Florida right now. I'm doing my.
Oh shoot!
I'm doing
I'm in Florida too.
Doing my emergency medicine residency probably about 40 minutes north of Tampa.
Oh, cool. We should connect for sure. I was just looking at your logo, and obviously you have some swamp puppies in there.
Oh yeah,
and Louisiana in the Glencairn there.
Yeah, you do. They have great rum too, which is and they're pretty strict with the regulations too. Louisiana, believe it or not.
They really are. Yeah, the Bayou Distillery is probably 30 minutes south of where I'm from.
I haven't tried them. I recently tried Oxbow and it was amazing.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Donald, if you're still here and listening, have a good evening at work. Back to your desk. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Swamp puppies.
Heck yeah. Joe, I still owe you some rum samples. Sorry, I want to try the whiskeys that you sent me so I can kind of curate something for your palate. So bear with me. As this crazy.
I failed to mention that Drew was also in Florida, but I did dub this showdown the Sunshine Showdown.
There we
Oh
go.
shoot, I love that.
Sunshine Showdown.
I've been on this pour along. First thing I'm thinking of is oh, it can't be this. Oh, it can't be that. Oh, it can't be that. Then I chew on it a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, maybe. And then I feel like I've never had this before, or maybe I have. I don't know, but it's really good. I get a little chocolate on it. I need
that is fantastic, Donald. The description is fantastic.
He's from Montreal.
There you go, Drew. Caesar's got you.
I think it's Weller SR. I don't think it's Weller 107.
So what are you guys picking up on this one? I know you said this is throwing you for a loop, but are you getting anything that stands out?
It's definitely hotter. I definitely get a lot of proof on it. Originally I thought the way it smelled, it was probably a bourbon, but then as soon as I tasted it, I was like, that's not possible.
Okay.
I get like a little hint of like chocolate on the back end. But it's definitely very good.
It is definitely very good. I will agree with that.
Not okay. Now I know what it is. Now I know what it is. I mean, all the bottles I think Jeremy likes. So.
Yeah, that would not narrow it down in any capacity.
No.
It would maybe remove like 6.
Maybe. I'm thinking it's like maybe like just like a generic Blanton small batch, but you know, I'm still trying to narrow it down, like what year it was distilled, you know.
But honestly, my favorite has been the second sample.
Second is Nia's favorite so far. Cool.
Yeah. I'm saving a little bit for you to try, Phil, because this is phenomenal. I don't know. I will beg to say that this is the most expensive sample of the 3, bottle-wise. Like, this is probably the most expensive bottle you gave
All right.
us.
I think I am ready.
Oh, me
Who
too.
thinks he's ready? Nia's ready. All right, Nia, we're going to start back with you again.
Okay, I feel really bad because I really like these types of whiskeys, but I didn't train this week, so caveat. But I think it's a rye, and I think the ABV is actually, yeah. I'm just gonna go with what I wrote, and I'm gonna say the ABV is 55, and the generic cask is new. And the specific category, I think it's a straight rye. And the specific ABV, I think it's 55.4. And I think it's American oak.
Staying with the new. I don't know. Do you have a distillery and bottle in mind?
No way.
Okay.
Because I love supporting locals, so for me, I have to be honest. When it comes to whiskeys, it's either the really big brands or really small Floridian brands, because we have really amazing small craft distillers here in Florida. From rum to whiskey, it's amazing.
I'm all about supporting the craft distillers, especially the small ones.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I never mind buying a Lost Lantern, because that's what they're supporting.
Drew, run it down for me. What do you got?
So I'm gonna say single malt. I'm going with generic proof about 62%. For a generic casking, new. Specific category, I'm going with American single malt. Specific ABV, 62.4. Specific casking, new, American oak. Distillery, I'm gonna say Westland. And for the bottle, I'm gonna say the Garyana 5th edition.
Excellent. Good guesses. Good guesses. All right. So we know Nia's favorite sample is sample number 2. Drew, your favorite sample?
I'm gonna say sample 2 as well.
Sample 2 as well. Cool. We are going to start the reveal with sample number 2. Ooh. Sample number 2.
I'm writing these down this time. Last time I was just like, what are the points? What are the points?
Yep.
The competitive nature in me is just like, ah.
Okay. Drew, you said generic category was bourbon. Nia, you also said bourbon. No points there. It is a single malt.
Okay.
What?
Drew, your generic ABV or proof was 58%. Nia, you were at 56%. So you guys are pretty close to each other. You were both a little bit high. It is actually 53.77% or 107.5 proof.
Back.
Drew, you said new oak. Nia, you said new and used for generic casking. Drew, it is new oak only. So you were going to take a point there. Specific category. Drew, you said straight bourbon. Nia, you said finished bourbon. It is an American single malt. Specific ABV. Drew, you stayed at the 58%. Nia, you went to 103.1 proof. So you were very, very close. I mean, within 4 points on proof. That's excellent. But 53.77 or 107.54 is what the actual proof is. Drew, you said new for specific casking. Nia, you said new and port. It is just new. There's no finished cask here. Exact distillery. Drew, you said Detling, the Fireman pick. Nia, you said Wild Turkey, a port finished Wild Turkey, which I don't know if there is one or not. And also, guys, since it is going to be the last show before Christmas, we're going to dress up the reveal just a little bit.
Oh, sweet.
It is Andalusia. It is called their Rick House series. So this is a very unique Andalusia.
So we can't get it.
I don't think you can get this one anymore, but maybe. I don't know how well it sold or any of that. But this is a malt made from an imperial stout. So a brewery made an imperial stout. Andalusia then took that stout and distilled it into malt whiskey. The barrel was a heavy toast, char number 1, and it is 40 months old.
Wow.
So 40 months in Texas in new oak gives you some crazy color.
That shit was dark.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that was that Detling Fireman pick, and I was like, if you fucking put that on there,
it could happen.
It could.
Texas always has flavor bombs, though.
Yes, Texas. Yes, Texas does have flavor bombs. All right.
That's the first thing I've ever had by Andalusia.
Oh well, I'm glad it was enjoyable for you.
Me too, but I should have known because I watched the Showdowns, and a lot of people pick up on like port or sherry notes, and it ends up being Andalusia, some crazy finish or something different. So.
Okay, so now we're going to reveal sample number 1. Drew and Nia, both of you guys said single malt. You are both correct. You got a point for that. It is single malt. Drew, you came in at 55%. Nia, you came in at 101 proof. So again, both fairly close to each other. It is actually quite a bit lower. It is 46.5% or 93 proof. Generic casking, you both said used. You both take a point there. It is used. Specific category. Drew, you said Scottish single malt. Nia, you said American single malt. Nia, you take a point. It is American single malt. Specific ABV proof. Drew, you went to 56.3. Nia, you went to 103.4 proof. 46.5 or 93 proof is what the actual proof is. So no points there. Specific casking, you both said used or American oak, ex-bourbon. is what we go with there when you say that. Ex-bourbon is partially correct. It is also finished in cider, apple brandy, and Calvados casks.
Cheese and crust, man. Never gonna guess that.
So an acceptable answer would have been any two of those four. So ex-bourbon and cider, ex-bourbon and apple brandy, ex-bourbon and Calvados, or any combination of two of those four. Exact distillery, Drew, you didn't have one. Nia, you didn't have one. Exact bottle, Drew, you did say SMWS. Nia, you didn't have an exact bottle. It is actually, I'm not looking where the thing is. Virginia Distilling. This is the VDC cider cask. This one is available. And in all actuality, this is one of the greatest values in American single malt currently, or this VDC line. There's a whole bunch of different finishes available, but it is very affordable and very good quality whiskey.
So what's the score right now?
Score right now, sample number 2 netted a score of 2-0 in favor of Drew. Sample number 1 netted a score of 2-3 in favor of Nia. So it is 4-3.
Ooh, coming down to the wire.
All right.
My guess is I lost.
Sample number 3. Drew, you said single malt. Nia, you said rye. Drew, you're going to take a point. It is single malt. Drew, you said 62%. Nia, you said 55%.
I've been high this whole time.
Drew, you are going to take a point. It is 62.4%.
Wow.
No fucking way.
Generic casking, you both said new. No points there. It is used only. Specific category. Drew, you said American single malt. Nia, you said straight rye. Drew, it is American single malt. Specific proof, ABV. Drew, you nailed it. 62.4. Very good job, man. Excellent stuff.
Fuck did I do that?
Nia, you came in at 55.4. You had the 0.4. There's silver lining there.
Yes.
Again, you both stuck with the new casking. It is used casking. Exact distillery, which is a great guess, Drew. You said Westland. Nia, you didn't have one. Exact bottle, you said the Gary 5. Nia, you didn't have an exact bottle. It is, exact distillery is Balcones. And the exact bottle is an SMWS.
SMWS.
What?
Dude, I almost guessed on that first one. I almost guessed Virginia, and I was like, no, it can't be. So then I was like, it's Scotch.
That's what we always say. You gotta write it down and just put it and not change it though.
I wrote so much stuff down. Like I'm like,
you're like, what's what? What's my name?
What's my name?
I love Balcones, by the way.
Balcones is fantastic. Now,
but I have not tried that bottle, so I'm not.
Those are all honestly, all of them were really good. So
yeah. So the casking on this is ex-bourbon for a period of time, and then finished in a second fill ex-Sauternes barrique. So a little bit of dessert wine in there at the end.
That's the sweetness I was getting from. That's why I originally thought it was bourbon.
Yeah. But beautiful whiskey. Fantastic stuff made from Balcones, put in a bottle by SMWS. Can't really go wrong with the combo.
Still my favorite, the second one. It is, to me, this one was the sweetest to me, the second one. Like this, if this is what you said it is, it's blown my mind.
So was that one wasn't finished, was it?
It's finished in Sauternes, yes.
No, the second one.
No, the second one.
Oh, the second one? No, it's new oak only.
New oak only.
Yeah, it's American single malt.
Yep.
I could have
ASM,
sworn,
new oak.
Right.
I could have sworn by the nose and the way it tasted, like it was.
Me too.
It was a Detling bottle.
That's why I said it blew my mind. I said either sherry or port, but I went with my first instinct and said port because it was so sweet. And sherry is not as sweet as port, so.
So the funny thing is, yesterday was ratification day for American Single Malt, and I had a showdown yesterday for round 2. And Doug had asked me, he goes, it would be really cool, and there's no way that you could have prepped for this because the ratification day was kind of a surprise to everybody, that if all the samples were American Single Malt. And he said that, and I laughed. I said, no, they weren't, unfortunately. So when I was filling out the paperwork on this today,
And
all 3 of these were American Single Malt. And I said, wow, that's freaking hilarious.
We should have done it yesterday.
We should have done it yesterday. But just really cool that they all ended up being some ASMs. You actually liked, I think you liked all of them, but you definitely had a favorite out of them.
Yeah, the Andalusia. The Andalusia, like honestly, like that Andalusia, like I bet if you put it side by side next to a Detling, you wouldn't. It'd be hard to compare the both of them.
So that leaves us with Drew. You took 4 on that last one. So that leaves us at a final score of 8-3 in favor of Drew.
Yay! Congrats, Drew.
Which
Thanks,
means
you did
Drew,
great, Nia.
You did do fantastic.
You did great.
You absolutely did. You both
Thanks,
did really
guys.
Drew, that means you move on. You're going to go up against Nate at BBS Live
Oh,
on February 19th. So check that date as soon as you can. I know your your schedule's crazy. So as soon as you can let me know for sure if that works for you.
I think we have it out.
Oh, okay.
For that long, so I can let you know.
Okay. If there's a complication, it's easy to switch at the moment, and then we'll go from there. But if that works for you, great. I'd love to leave it.
I think that's going to be block 9. You said February what?
19th.
I like that Single Malt Frontiers calling and delusional. Haha. It is and delusional. That definitely blew my mind. That was so sweet.
All right, so good news. I'm off.
Perfect.
Yay!
Now don't plan anything.
Good luck.
Excellent. All right. So that being said, that is the end of round 1. We have completed round 1. 32 people cut down to 16. I went through the 15 of the 16 yesterday, but Drew, we're adding you to that list of 15 to make it 16.
Let's go.
And yeah. It's shaping up to be great stuff coming through. It's been great so far. A lot of surprises.
Yeah.
The first round was full of surprises. I was kind of shocked by a few things. Not necessarily shocked, but went a different way than I thought it was going to go, which is really cool. Every show so far has been fantastic. The guests have all been great. Everybody seems to be having fun, which is the most important to me. So I can't wait to continue on. Like I said earlier, there is 2 weeks off. January 8th is the next show. Obviously, next Wednesday is Christmas. The following Wednesday is New Year's Day. So no shows on either one of those. January 8th will be the next show. So that will give me about 2 weeks in between to get a little extra prep work done, which I kind of need.
And to buy more bottles.
And to buy more bottles. But by the time that starts rolling out, those samples will already be in the mail. So.
Well, this was a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. It's always fun to be on with Nia. She's my absolute favorite rum pirate.
Thanks.
Nia, it was a pleasure. Definitely,
likewise, Drew.
Definitely need to link up at some point. I definitely want to get into rum. Marshall won't send me the samples for some reason. I don't know why. So
I love sending samples. So if you guys are ever curious on any video that you see or review or anything that I post, please message me. Rum friends are the best friends, as I say. So I'd be happy to send you guys samples and just share the rum.
Also, love you, Marshall.
I want to see the rum community and the whiskey community kind of start mingling together a little bit and friendly mingling and just introducing each other to what the particular spirit is all about, not necessarily all the top dogs and the hypes. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
I love that.
I do too. I think it's great, and I love having Marshall in my back pocket with some of this stuff because I mean,
Oh yeah,
I know next to nothing about rum, and I did find my niche, but I would love to explore outside of that niche. Like I'm a seriously funky Jamaican lover, and
he's a treasure trove of information for rum.
absolutely. So, and Nia as well. I love watching the rum news. You hear about all kinds of cool stuff. And
Thanks.
Jame is also really fun to watch too. So
Ready, set, rum for sure.
Ready, Set, Rum is a good channel. So, all right, guys, if you are not following Nia on Instagram, it's My Rum Diaries. YouTube, My Rum Diaries. Apparently, she's got a Twitch. She is streaming to that. So if you do the Twitch thing, I do not. So I don't know how that works. I don't know what it's called, but do the thing on Twitch for My Rum Diaries.
Same thing, My Rum Diaries.
Drew, Southern Bourbon Addict. I think you're only on Instagram, but give him a follow. Check his stuff out. I did look at your thing today, and you haven't posted since July.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
Work.
You're meeting up with a bunch of degenerates. So that's what you're doing.
Well, I did that too.
Yeah, but no, Drew's a great guy. Give him a follow.
I gotta get myself a setup to like take halfway decent pictures.
Whatever it takes, man. Until January 8th, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for jumping in, watching, sticking around to the bitter end. I appreciate all of you. And until the next time, Nia, Drew, cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Happy holidays.
Sample left. Cheers.
I know, I'm like the little bit. They were so good.
Stick on afterwards so we can BS real quick.